I'd say everyone on the transition team has their own kind of mix of, thesis being thesis driven, being very analytical and cerebral about things, versus being very focused on people. I think the longer I do this investment job, the more emphasis I put on people. And it's a complete cliche, right? But I think the biggest mistakes I've made as an investor have been the ones where I've been in love with a market opportunity. I've been, excited about the potential for a product where maybe I saw a different vision than a founding team, and where maybe the team wasn't quite there. On the other hand, I've been time after time positively surprised when I've taken a bet on a founder or a founding team who've then, gone and completely changed the market they were serving, completely changed their business model, built a different product from what they set out to do and still succeeded, right? And those are the lessons where you have to look back and say, well, ultimately, it's about the people. You have to be analytical. You have to be rigorous. We're entrusted with making, well thought through, well informed, careful decisions. That being said, there is often an element of intuition or something that you recognize in a founder where they might spike in a particular direction. And that's sometimes what it takes to kind of get over the line in terms of building conviction on an investment opportunity.
And have you learnt to tune in or hone that kind of intuition, is that skill, as it were?
Yeah, I think the biggest lesson there is spend time with people. Ultimately, I always advise founders that I work with to pick an investor the same way they would pick any other business partner. And a relationship with an investor can easily last longer than the average marriage, right? And so you really need to go into that quite carefully. And you don't want a shotgun wedding, right? I don't think that has a very good chance of lasting. It can, but the odds might be against you. And, during COVID, for example, lockdowns, there was this 2-month period where everyone was a bit shell-shocked and kind of wondering, what now? Is the economy collapsing? And then deal making in venture capital just went absolutely ballistic, kind of exponentially grew. And part of that was that people were doing Zooms and, investing off the back of a 30, 40-minute Zoom call in some cases, because you could not meet in person. And so if you can't meet in person, you just have to make a snap decision based on a video call. And it's very difficult to build a real relationship and to really connect with someone on the level that you should connect with people if you're going into a 10+ year business relationship with them.
That's very true.
And what would a good investment look like to you? I'm thinking about people even like myself who've got, entrepreneurial experience and a new idea, right? And how should I present an opportunity to you, or what are you looking for in people like me to decide whether it's a good investment or not?
I think the first thing to emphasize is that a lot of entrepreneurs look to venture capitalists as these arbiters of what you can and can't do, which is completely the wrong way around, right? We should be looking to the founders to tell us what's possible and then go along with their vision. But the first question I always encourage founders to ask themselves is venture capital right for my business? It's a very specific journey that you're signing up to, and is not for everyone. In some ways, you're hitching yourself to a financial asset class, right? Where you are expected to go on a certain journey. You need to grow very fast. And that's becoming more and more true, where we're seeing, some of these AI companies showing absolutely astonishing growth and speed of growth that we've never seen before, right? And if that's your cup of tea, and if that's the type of company that you're looking to build, and you want to grow your revenue 5, 10x every year, and you want to keep raising more capital, and you eventually want to, take your company public, then great. Venture capital is here to help and to, go on that journey with you and alongside you and kind of, help hopefully remove some roadblocks along the way.